Alright guys, so I'm Kari, I'm with Temple of Geek. It's great that we could be here and great honor to be able to interview you. Alyssa, I wanted to start off with you first. So we are just getting you into the High Republic now, this phase. How was it when they approached you to ask you, hey, do you want to come write for the High Republic?
It was surreal. Like, I wasn't expecting it at all. And I think I got the call from Mike Seglain where it was like, hey, do you want to come on board? Like, you want to write this middle grade with Daniel Jose Older? And I was like, absolutely. It's stunning because I've been following, phase 1 and, as a fan. So getting to do it now and getting to help build it as we're like pushing forward toward the end it's so special.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Also, I had to lie on the ground for a while. I was like...
That's awesome. Claudia, now that we are approaching phase 3, obviously we already know that this is the end of the High Republic and everything, sadly, very sadly. How are you approaching now that we're getting the grand scale of the Nihil now with the nameless and everything? How big is phase 3 going to be showing the force of Mark Hyun-ro and the Nihil?
Very big, I think I could say, but I think you're going to see a whole lot more power of the Jedi and of the regular people of the galaxy standing up for that. And it is a big, big story. And it's kind of great because so much of phase 1 was creating and putting things together, build, and now you actually get to take that framework and run.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
That's amazing.
Alyssa, I just gotta quickly ask, just because I'm a big comic book guy, how does it feel from going from just writing comics for so long to now writing a novel with Daniel Jose Older?
So I've never written a novel before. So this is my first book.
Right.
And I've never written a novel, I've never written middle grade, and I've never co-written before. So it was a learning experience, but like in the best way.
Right.
I love prose. Like, my background is actually short fiction. I feel like every medium I get to play in, it like sort of, it builds into the next thing. So I feel like it just gets, I want my work to continue to get better and better and better. And I'm bringing all the experience from comics and short fiction into this novel. And I think and then all of Daniel's experience too.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of what makes this novel really, really sing.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And Claudia, I gotta ask, since you had written your first comic, as far as I'm aware, in phase 2 of the High Republic, what was that transition like for you?
That was my first Star Wars comic.
Right.
The first thing I ever did, and this is so surreal, it was like your first experience in comics will be writing in the world of Superman for DC. That's like getting on your tricycle and somebody's like, win the Tour de France. Go ahead. But I was really excited to finally get to do it because I have low-key been agitating to do some Star Wars comics and occasionally took it to high-key agitating. And so it was wonderful to get to jump in and tell a story that really was very much a visual story so that it would really serve that purpose.
I love that for you.
That's awesome. Alyssa, going along with the fact that you are writing with Daniel, how has the experience been? Like you said, it's first time co-writing and actually co-writing with Daniel, who already has this experience writing from the beginning. How has it been working with him?
It's been amazing. I had a moment where I was like, it's terrible. I'm just kidding. No, Daniel's lovely and he's so much fun to collaborate with, and I feel like the things that we really love, whether it's chaos or like deep emotional character work, we have that in common, and like the Venn diagram is slowly becoming like a full eclipse. It was great, and I loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
He's really good with the really sweet stuff. Really lovely stuff. And I think it kept me from getting a little too dark sometimes. So it was great.
Yeah. That's awesome. Claudia, one of my favorite books from Star Wars is Bloodlines. Okay. absolutely amazing. The character work that you did with Leia, her, really showing what she was thinking, what she was feeling, the inner struggles and everything. And you brought the same thing to the High Republic and stuff. How do you approach, bringing these characters to life in that way that they're so approachable and so relatable?
I mean, with Leia, that was such a joy to get to do because, the age she is, when I wrote Bloodline, obviously we're heading into The Force Awakens. And the age she was a few years older than I was at that time. And, Star Wars has not historically been awash in the perspectives of women over 40, and I thought it was such a really interesting way to go at this because she was this formative thing for me. The movie came out the summer I turned 7, and a lot of times I joke, I spent my whole life going, what would Princess Leia do? And then finally they were like, we will pay you to do it. Just keep doing it. But it was really interesting to go, okay, what happens when, you won the big fight, but it didn't fix everything, and you got to be with your great love, and no relationship is easy or simple, It was really interesting to get to have that nuance while still keeping the feel of that world with the adventure and sort of the bigger than life quality that it has. I think there's room for that. And when you're building your own characters from scratch, that's the same thing. Again, spent my whole life going, what would it be like to be in the Star Wars universe? What would you know? What would you feel? What would you think? And I think that's really what readers respond to the most. It's one thing to watch it, but it's another thing to feel yourself in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, this one's open to the table for both of you. So we know High Republic's coming to an end, but despite that, I feel like we're always going to be tapping back into it for sure. So if you guys were given the opportunity just to focus on any single character, which one would you want?
Ember, the most important dog in the galaxy.
Absolutely.
Good puppy.
If not that one. And it's tough because I don't ever actually want to write a book where the main character is a Wookiee because that's going to get challenging. It's just going to get challenging. Just like one time
The dialogue itself.
I know. One time somebody was like, you should write a book from Yoda's point of view. I'm like, that would get so old so fast.
Legit.
Yes, object, verb, subject, no, you don't want to do it. So, but I am really interested in Buryaga. I think he's great. I remember that was a brainstorm of Charles's. I was like, oh, that's going to be so fantastic. So even if I could not do an entire book from the point of view of a Wookiee, it would be fun to get to dig into him more.
I feel like this is kind of cheating, but I didn't invent this character. I want to write more about Crash. The character that Daniel named after me. I don't know. I think she's so interesting and she's really loyal. She's dealing with a lot of, as with everyone, she's dealing with a lot of trauma, but she's pushing through in the best way she can. And I love seeing how that leads to the wrong decisions as well as the right ones. I think Crash would be great. There's some characters in Escape from Valo who I really want to keep writing about.
Yeah.
Can I add one thing just as a grammar nerd?
Yes.
Yoda actually goes object, subject, verb.
Object, subject, verb. We need to see. That's very confusing already.
I care about that, and I was like, I cannot let it go.
I guarantee you, a lot of people who listen to this will go like, "Oh, I never realized it was that." Or
I'd really thought it through before, and so I've been over here like, wait, no, I was wrong. Okay.
I feel like Yoda. I could only do Yoda in small doses. I feel like it's sort of like truffle oil. It's like an enhancement, but you don't want to drink a whole bottle of truffle oil.
Or cayenne. 1/4 of a tablespoon, great. 8 tablespoons, or
cinnamon, which just ends up drying everything out.
It's rough.
Did somebody do the cinnamon challenge on TikTok?
Not for me, luckily, but just seeing the results of it.
I think that's why Yoda's always trying to leave.
Did you do it? You did it?
I didn't put it anywhere. I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Oh my.
Respect for the attempt, though.
This is great stuff that we're gonna post.
Legit,
by the way. We're getting them on a personal level.
I was like, no one's gonna see this. I'm not doing it for the clout. I'm doing it for me. And then I was like, I wish I hadn't done it.
And now you're just puffing out brown smoke.
You're like, I should have not done it for me.
For myself. Yeah.
This was such a mistake.
Maybe it's, I don't need to be the strong person always.
Yes.
Oh my God, guys! So thank you so much
time.
for your time. I appreciate being here again. Big fans, all of
Yeah.
us. We can't
Okay.
wait for what's coming, and I know it's gonna end with the Acolyte, which is it's gonna be spectacular.
And
so,
honestly, just any other future endeavors as well.
absolutely anything
All right,
that
thank
you
you.
are
Hopefully,
gonna
we get
write.
more novels from you as well, Alyssa, because
I would
I'm really
love
excited.
that.
Oh, we're advocating Star Wars.
Yeah, Star
it
Wars,
now.
please give Alyssa more.
Give me
Is there
more.
anything planned?
Is there anything planned that you guys are allowed to
novel-wise,
announce?
whether Star Wars or
Ooh,
not?
I cannot tell you anything, but what I can tell you is I'm very excited for the future.
Oh,
Okay,
so we have a
that's
lot to
enticing.
look forward to.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right, thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
All right,
again.
thank you guys.